I hope I didn't spoil the perfect record of pins and ribbons solving all the world's problems. I mean, you can't name a problem from guns to bullying to breast cancer that still exists after people wore a ribbon for it. Except all of them. You posers. 3 years ago, everybody was all into Ukrainian flags. What happened to that? Another cause tossed into the junk drawer with yesterday's choke collar? Get out of here with your virtue-signaling body ornaments. They're just crucifixes for liberals.
Let's be honest for a moment. Nothing says, "I'm changing the world," quite like a tiny piece of metal pinned to a designer tux while champagne glasses clink on a red carpet. That's the reality we're living in. Award season shows up, cameras start flashing, and suddenly everyone is a full-time activist. At least until the next trending cause replaces the last one. If you're already rolling your eyes, do me a favor. Hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment early so the algorithm knows you're locked in. Because this conversation is about to get spicy. The Golden Globes came and went, and once again, politics didn't just make an appearance. It took over the entire stage. Celebrities strutted around wearing pins like superhero emblems, broadcasting how deeply they care. And look, caring isn't the problem. Opinions aren't the issue. Speaking up isn't wrong. The problem is we've reached a point where performing care has replaced the uncomfortable, boring, unglamorous work of actually changing anything. And then there's Bill Maher. Love him, hate him, roll your eyes at him, it doesn't matter. The guy walks straight into controversy like it owes him money. While everyone else followed the red carpet activism script, Maher basically said, yeah, no. When a reporter asked why he wasn't wearing a pin for the outrage of the week, Maher replied that something awful happening doesn't require jewelry to prove he's alive, thinking,
We're now right in the
or
middle
human.
of awards season here in Hollywood. How about everybody drop the politics for a couple of hours and just enjoy these happy, dopey celebrations of show business? You know, I was up for a Golden Globe this month and... thank you. Please. I put it with the 33 Emmys I lost. That's a real number. And walking in, some reporter asked me why I wasn't wearing a lapel pin for the first Minneapolis shooting a couple of weeks ago, and I said, well, it was a terrible thing that happened, and it shouldn't have happened, and if they didn't act like such thugs, it wouldn't have had to happen, but I don't need to wear a pin about it. Now, please understand, I had no idea this question was coming, and so tonight, I'd like to say that if I had the chance to think about it, my answer would be exactly the same.
And that's where people completely lost their minds. Because in today's culture, if you don't wear the symbol, you must oppose the cause. That's how shallow the conversation has become. It's no longer do you care? It's did you post? Did you pin? Did you chant the slogan? Did you perform the ritual? Miss one step, and suddenly you're treated like you committed a moral crime on live television. Under all the sarcasm and eye-rolling, Maher's point is painfully simple. Moral seriousness isn't an accessory. A pin doesn't stop violence. A ribbon doesn't cure disease. A hashtag doesn't fix broken policy. A stand with graphic doesn't feed struggling families. Yet we keep pretending the world runs on vibes and symbols. Like if enough famous people wear the right badge, the universe will pause, nod respectfully, and declare the problem solved.
Then I'll be out to dinner, and the waiter will come over and say, big fan, Bill, stay strong. About what? And then when I see what it is, I'm like, holy, this is what you people are so worked up about? According to the internet, what I did with my comments at the Globes was laugh, scoff, mock, take a dig at, and refuse to join Golden Globes activism. Golden Globes activism? Oh, you mean the activism of fixing a pin to my suit?
That's why Maher's line hits so hard. Name a single problem, guns, bullying, cancer, poverty, corruption, that vanished because people wore the right ribbon. You can't. And it's not because awareness is always useless. It's because we've turned awareness into the finish line. We treat raising awareness as if it's the same thing as changing outcomes. It isn't. Here's what it feels like. A house is burning down. Someone snaps a selfie in front of the flames wearing a "Stop House Fires" sticker, then leaves for an after-party and gets praised for bravery. Meanwhile, the house keeps burning. That's performative activism in its purest form. Activism designed for applause, not results.
Hope I didn't spoil the perfect record of pins and ribbons solving all the world's problems. I mean, you can't name a problem from guns to bullying to breast cancer that still exists after people wore a ribbon for it. Except all of them. You poser.
Maher doesn't stop at the pin. He takes aim at the entire award season political atmosphere. Can we not do this for 2 hours? Just 2? Can we celebrate movies and television, the thing these shows are supposedly about, without turning every moment into a moral lecture? Because here's the truth. A lot of people watching at home aren't thinking, "Yes, thank you, wealthy celebrity in couture. I needed your wisdom." They're thinking, "My rent just went up. Groceries cost more. My car needs repairs. Why are you lecturing me?" That's the disconnect. Celebrities don't just live richer lives, they live different lives. Private jets, multiple homes, security teams, personal assistants, and insulation from everyday consequences. Then they step on stage and speak as if they're the moral voice of the people. And yes, they're citizens. They can speak. No one's denying that. Maher's point is simpler. Don't be shocked when people don't take you seriously. Fame isn't wisdom. Talent isn't insight. Applause isn't trust. And most of all, their activism usually costs them nothing.
Congratulations for raising awareness. The awareness you really care about, which is how wonderful you are. Ricky Gervais once told the award show crowd, "Don't use it as a platform to make a political speech. You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world." And of course, this is where celebrities say, "How dare you? We're citizens with just as much right to speak out." Agreed, you absolutely do. I'm just saying, don't.
That's why it feels hollow. Real activism costs something. Time, money, relationships, opportunities, safety. It means risking loss for what you claim to believe. Pin activism is the safest bet imaginable. You get applause, headlines, and moral credit. Then, when the cause becomes inconvenient, the pin quietly disappears. No sacrifice required. That's why Maher's Ukraine pin call-out still stings. Remember that era? Blue and yellow everywhere. Big speeches. Big emotions. Big "we stand with" declarations. Then the algorithm moved on. Did the suffering stop? No. Did the conflict magically end because celebrities wore ribbons? Of course not. Attention shifted. Because for much of Hollywood, causes aren't commitments, they're trends. And trends always expire.
3 years ago, everybody was all into Ukrainian flags. What happened to that? Another cause tossed into the junk drawer with yesterday's choke collar? Get out of here with your virtue-signaling body ornaments. They're just crucifixes for liberals. Because every time I see one, I think, Jesus Christ.
That's the part people don't want to admit. Celebrity activism follows attention, not principle. It's not about what matters most. It's about what's in the spotlight. And the spotlight demands novelty. That's why outrage rotates nonstop. 1 month, it's black squares. Next month, flags. Then protect this. Then boycott that. A year later, nobody remembers why they were furious. When Maher calls them posers, it sounds harsh, but it resonates. People aren't exhausted by empathy. They're exhausted by performative empathy. The same speeches, the same seriousness, the same bravery for saying the obvious in rooms where everyone agrees. Maher even admits reality is complicated. Slapping a pin on your blazer doesn't engage with nuance. It insults it. It turns real suffering into red carpet props. And the reaction to Maher proves the point. One refusal, one comment, and people start texting him like he's under siege. Stay strong. And he's like, about what? It's funny and bleak.
Yes, the same. Ice, thugs, pins, stupid. I'm with me on this one. So no need to keep sending supporting texts. Yeah, you know how I hear about whatever my latest scandal is? I open my phone and there's a dozen texts. I support you. Great, I assumed you did. About what? What are we talking about? I'm sorry, I don't get my gossip from the internet like most people. I get it old school from the girls at the nail salon.
Because it shows how online culture turns everything into a moral emergency. Every disagreement becomes a scandal. Every hesitation becomes a battle. Most people reacting don't even know what happened. They just know they're supposed to be angry. That's the scary part. We're training people to outsource their opinions. React first. Understand never. We've built a culture where being seen as good matters more than doing good, and where failing to perform earns social punishment. Maher also touches a nerve when he talks about celebrity political endorsements. Sometimes they help. Often they backfire. A candidate rolls out a parade of stars and regular people don't feel inspired, they feel lectured. Like wealthy entertainers telling working families what's best for them. It doesn't land the way Hollywood thinks it does because most people are worried about rent, food, gas, safety, and schools. Even well-intended messages fail when the messenger feels disconnected from real life.
It's having the opposite effect of what you want. Every big name in show business came out for Kamala Harris, from Oprah to Clooney to Beyonce, and she lost every swing state. A survey of Ohio voters found Taylor Swift's endorsement actually had a negative impact, with 24% saying it made them less enthusiastic about her as a candidate.
Come on.
Read the room, Democrat.
That's the irony. Celebrity activism often creates the opposite effect. Eye-rolling, skepticism, cynicism turns curiosity into annoyance, and Hollywood acts confused when people aren't grateful. Maher's point isn't don't be famous. We like stars. We want stars. Glamour is part of entertainment. But stop pretending fame equals wisdom. Stop cashing celebrity as credibility. When celebrities attack privilege while enjoying the ultimate privilege, being wrong without consequences, it hits. Privilege isn't just money. It's insulation. It's living in a bubble where disagreement is dangerous and slogans replace understanding.
Celebrities aren't helping, and why would they? In a country where the big issue now is affordability, outside of, I don't know, Springsteen and a few others, celebrities don't strike people as relatable or in touch. And what their activism mostly activates is eye rolls. Because stars, they're not just like us. They're just not. They fly private. They have 5 houses all over the world. They give their kids ridiculous names. They make candles that smell like they're
So what's the solution? Should celebrities never speak? No, that's unrealistic. The answer is brutally simple. If you're going to speak, mean it. Put skin in the game. Fund something real. Build something tangible. Support people doing actual work. And if you wear a pin, fine, but don't act like it's a personality, a worldview, and a moral accomplishment rolled into one. People can smell fake instantly. They smell fear of social media. They smell publicists. They smell applause-seeking. And the more they smell it, the more they tune out. When that happens, even real causes suffer. That's why Maher's refusal resonated. Not because everyone agrees with him, but because it felt honest in a room full of choreography. He didn't play along. He didn't recite the script. He said substance matters more than accessories. And honestly, I'm exhausted too.
Please, it's okay. You're stars. We like you for who you are. Insulated divas whose talent allows you to pig out on the finer things in life, because we all need something to aspire to. But being talented, which you are, isn't the same as knowing things or having the credibility to advise people on their politics. You rail against privilege, but you avail yourself of the greatest privilege of all, to remain clueless.
So here's my question to you. Does celebrity activism help, hurt, or just make everyone more cynical? And what does real commitment look like to you? To me, it's long-term, unglamorous work. Writing checks when cameras aren't rolling. Showing up when it's not trending. Taking heat when your own crowd turns on you. That's commitment. Until then, spare me the pin sermons. Spare me the red carpet righteousness. Spare me the costume jewelry compassion. If you want to change the world, actually try. And if you just want to look good pretending, don't demand applause for it. If you made it this far, you know what to do. Like the video, subscribe, and drop your take below. Are you team symbols matter? Or team pins are pointless? Where's the line between awareness and performance? I'll see you in the next one.